जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारि यमुनातीरवनचारि जय राधमाधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
प्रभु थैंक यू सो मच। प्रभु
हरे कृष्ण
थोड़ा सा आपको और नज़दीक आ सकते हैं क्या?
या श्योर
हाँ, थोड़ा आवाज़ अभी वापस कम हो रहा है।
या इज इट बेटर नाउ
Yeah, this is better.
या
And thank you
ओके
so much, Prabhu, for joining. You've
हरे
come
कृष्ण
here quite a few times, so devotees already know you. But
यस
just to ensure that everybody knows about you. So, devotees, Rasamandal Prabhu has been one of our very senior devotees. has been practicing very sincerely a deep knowledge of Shastra, and more importantly, the practical application of Shastra in the life of his own as well as Mataji, his wife. It is an example for all of us to learn from, and it's always a great company to be with him and learn from him. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining
Hare
in.
Krishna. Such
Hare
kind
Krishna.
words. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So we'll start with the prayers. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Shrinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punyashravana Kirtanam Hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidhunoti suhrata satam. Jai. Okay, so we'll continue our journey. I think till last week we had done the third canto, verse 10, sorry, chapter 10, verse 9. I think Subal Prabhu had finished there, so we'll continue from the 11th, 10th verse, sorry. So you can see the screen clearly. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see.
And you can hear also. Fine, good. So we'll start with the prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिभृङ्गगोविन्दस्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So yeah, before we start with the 10th verse, we'll just do a little bit of background. So in one of the lectures I was listening to recently, the speaker used the word Simhavalokan. So Simhavalokan means the way a lion, when the lion walks, if you've noticed, it will walk a few paces, it'll stop, look around behind, yeah, do a
Hare Krishna. Am I the only one who's.
I
Bro, I
think he
think
got disconnected, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, for a few moments we were not able to hear you. Looks like it happened again.
Prabhuji got disconnected, I think.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he is now gone out of the meeting now. We'll just wait for a few moments. He's joined again. Yeah,
yeah, it got, I'm sorry for the
no
glitch.
problem.
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I'll share the
Maybe.
screen again. कभी कभी होता है, just gets disconnected and then reconnects on its own.
Acha. So you were talking about Simhavalokan.
Yeah, so just like a lion walks and then stops and then turns around after a few paces, no, it just doesn't keep walking. It just wants to see do a sort of background check, what is there. So we'll do a similar thing just to have an understanding and a better flow. So basically here Brahmaji has been given the task for creation, and then he's got some doubts in his mind that will I be able to do this properly? Will I be overcome by the mode of passion? Because you need a lot of passion for doing what he is doing. So Krishna assures him, no, no, don't worry. You will be able to perform your duty, yeah, without any problems. So, and right now, what is happening is that this is a conversation between Vidurji and Maitreya Muni. So, Vidurji is, as always, he's asking a lot of questions. He wants to know about the creation, yeah, which was done by Brahmaji, who is the secondary creator, of course, the primary creator being Krishna. So, he wants to know about that. So, Brahmaji, my Maitreya Muni, of course, is very happy to talk about it. And he tells him that for 100 celestial years, Brahmaji did tapasya, yeah. And 100 celestial years is 36,000 human years, yeah. So it's for a long time he did it. And even though the winds of devastation was there, the stem of the lotus coming from the lotus, the tree coming from the navel of um, uh, the Lord, Mahavishnu. Even that was moving, but then he was able to, with his knowledge, he was able to overcome all these problems. Yeah. So because he got the knowledge through his meditation, so from that power he was able to overcome that all those problems. And then it talks about how Brahma divided that lotus into three lokas. Yeah. So three lokas. So basically the Bhuvar, and Swa. So the lower, so three planets he divided it into, and upper planetary system, middle and lower, basically that, not Bhu, Bhuvar, lower. Bhu, Bhuvar, Swarg is the three loka, but here we're talking about the 14 planets. So then he again divides that into Dvisaptada, which is 14. Yeah, so the 14 planetary systems which we know. So just to make it easier for uh, allocating the various planets for different forms, yeah, different forms of the creations which he's doing. So that was the purpose of, yeah, dividing it. And then he was already in a very mature state, yeah, of worship, and also so he was given this thing so that the Lord was sure that he will not be deviated by any material desires. Yeah, he would be able to perform his thing. So he creates the various residence places and the bodies for the residents. Yeah, it has to be suitable, it has to be matching. So that's all those considerations have to be taken uh, into account by Brahmaji. So he was doing that. So he was the right person for this job. Yeah, and such strong meditation he was doing. So all these things was easily doable by him. So now we're going to see the further categorizations of the various things which Brahmaji has done. So we'll continue with this 10th verse. Yeah. Vidruvacha यथाथा बहुरूपस्य हरेरद्भुतकर्मणः कालाख्यं लक्षणं ब्रह्मन् यथा वर्णयन प्रभो. Translation somebody will read?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Sure.
Vidur inquired from Maitreya, O my lord, O greatly learned sage, kindly describe eternal time, which is another form of the Supreme Lord, the wonderful actor. What are the symptoms of that eternal time? Please describe them to us in detail. The complete universe is a manifestation of varieties of entities, beginning from the atoms up to the gigantic universe itself, and all is under the control of the Supreme Lord in his form of Kal, or eternal time. The controlling time has different dimensions in relation to particular physical embodiments. There is a time for atomic dissolution and a time for universal dissolution. There is a time for the annihilation of the body of the human being, and there is a time for the annihilation of the universal body. Also, growth, development, and resultant actions all depend on the time factor. Vidur wanted to know in detail the different physical manifestations and their times of annihilation. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you. So again, Vidurji is in the mood of asking questions. He wants to hear anything related to the Lord or the Lord's servants. Yeah. So they're non-different. So he wanted to know more about that. So he was asking that please describe something about the time. Yeah. So he's calling here, if you see the translation. So he's calling Brahmaji Prabhu. Yeah, he's saying, "Oh my Lord, yeah, you're a great learned sage. You're a Brahman. Yeah, so you're a greatly learned sage. So can you please describe? Yeah, Varnan kije yathatha varnaya. Yeah, please describe about time factor. Yeah, what is time? I mean, kala akhyam lakshanam. Uska lakshan kya hai? What are the various qualities of time? Yeah, आपने बताया था पहले, but can you please uh, do this? And it is bahurupasya. Yeah, it has got varieties of form. Yeah, and it is adbhuta also. Yeah, it is something which is wonderful. Yeah, which is so. Please, can you describe something about that? And what is it? It belongs to Hare, Hari. Yeah, so Hare means it Hari ka hai. Yeah, it is part of it. It is a form of the Lord only. Yeah. So that is what Srila Prabhupada has also mentioned, that Vidur inquired from Maitreya, "O my Lord, O greatly learned sage, kindly describe eternal time, which is another form of the Supreme Lord." Yeah. Kalosmi. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also that I am time. Yeah. The wonderful actor, the Supreme Lord, the wonderful actor. What are the symptoms of that eternal time? Please describe them to us in detail. So he wants to know now. So it's very similar to how Arjun is inquiring in the Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, and we are benefiting from that. So similar thing is here also, that Vidurji is asking the question, so he is of course benefiting, and Maitreya Muni, because he is talking about the Lord and the Lords, so then he is also benefiting, and of course people like us who are reading and discussing this, we are also benefiting. So that is how we have to understand this. So now Maitreya ji is going to
Prabhu,
yeah.
what is atomic dissolution and the universal dissolution? Universal dissolution is the Mahapralaya, you can say. I can understand.
It will come in the next verses. Aayega. I'll be covering that. Yeah, there are 3 types of pralaya, so it will come. Yeah, just be a little patient. Aayega bhi. एक दो verse
Okay.
आएगा. Yeah. When the properties of time is there, no, उसमें आएगा. मैत्रेय उवाच गुणव्यतिकराकारो निर्विशेषो प्रतिष्ठितः पुरुषस्तत् उपादानम् आत्मनां लीलायसृजत्. So now the properties of time are going to be given. Yes, characteristics of time. So can anyone?
Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Translation.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Maitreya said, eternal time is the primeval source of the interactions of the 3 modes of material nature. It is unchangeable and limitless, and it works as the instrument of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his pastimes in the material creation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The impersonal time factor is the background of the material manifestation as the instrument of the Supreme Lord. It is the ingredient of assistance offered to material nature. No one knows where time began and where it ends, and it is time only which can keep a record of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material manifestation. This time factor is the material cause of creation and is therefore a self-expansion of the personality of Godhead. Time is considered a personal feature of the Lord. The time factor is also explained by modern men in various ways. Some accept it almost as it is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. For example, in Hebrew literature, time is accepted in the same spirit as the representation of God. It is stated therein, God who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. Metaphysically, time is distinguished as absolute and real. Absolute time is continuous and is unaffected by the speed or slowness of material things. Time is astronomically and mathematically calculated in relation to the speed, change, and life of a particular object. Factually, however, time has nothing to do with the relatives of things. Rather, everything is shaped and calculated in terms of the facility offered by time. Time is the basic measurement of the activity of our senses, by which we calculate past, present, and future. But in factual calculation, time has no beginning and no end. Chanakya Pandit says that even a slight fraction of time cannot be purchased with millions of dollars, and therefore even a moment of time lost without profit must be calculated as the greatest loss in life. Time is not subject to any form of physiology, nor are the moments objective relative in themselves, but they are dependent on particular experiences. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami concludes that the time factor is intermixed with the activities, actions, and reactions of the external energy of the Lord. The external energy or material nature works under the intendence of the time factor as the Lord Himself, and that is why material nature appears to have produced so many wonderful things in the cosmic manifestation. Bhagavad Gita 9.10 confirms this conclusion as follows. Prabhuji, if you can read this, maybe my pronunciation will be wrong. Jai
Maya
Srila Prabhupada. Hare
Dikshena
Krishna.
Prakriti Suyate Cha Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagat Viparivartate. So this is a very important verse in the um, ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 9.10. So everything is under the adhikshena, yeah, just under the eyes of the Lord. So it's under the superintendence of the Lord, yeah. So he's taking care of all this. But then time factor is very important. And in these three verses, 11, 12, and 13, Maitreya Muni is going to talk about the various characteristics of time. So time is something which is, it is a form of the Lord only, as Srila Prabhupada said in the previous verse also. And it's working as an instrument of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So it's a nimitta matra. Yeah? And everything is controlled by time. So in this particular verse, there are four different characteristics of time which have been described here. Yeah. So it is, I mean, and it's the nature of time. It arises from the transformation, yeah, of the gunas which are there in conjunction with the Mahat Tattva and other elements. So that's how the whole thing takes place. When the Lord glances on the Mahat Tattva, and then that's when all the creative process starts. Yeah. So the four characteristics which are mentioned here. So it's because of the time factor only that the agitation happens. Yeah, the agitation which is caused by the glance of the Lord. Yeah, when the Lord glances on material nature, that agitation happens, and that's because of the time factor. Time factor is very key in that whole process. Yeah. So one of the things here it is that guna vyatikarako, karakaro. So that means it is it's called a nimitta karan. Yeah, it is a cause. Yeah, or it's an effective cause of the universe. So because time is there, that's when the creation process starts. Yeah. So it is one of the things which is responsible for the creation. Yeah. So Prakriti is called the Upadan Karan. Upadan means something which is um, like the material cause. Yeah. So for any cause which is there, there will be anything which happens, there will be two cause. One is a Upadan, which is the material cause itself, and the second is the efficient cause which is there. Yeah. So for example, the if you take the example of a clay and the potter, so the clay is the material cause, but the potter is the he's the instrumental cause. Yeah, he's the efficient cause. Yeah. So he's the one which is giving the shape. So here in this case, it is called the effective cause. Yeah. So guna means the nature, yeah, or a characteristic. Vyatikariko. So here, because of the interaction of the modes of the material nature. Yeah, so that is the cause. Yeah, that is the efficient cause, or that is the nimitta. Yeah, because of that only everything is happening. Yeah, because Mahatattva is already there. So if you think that the Mahatattva is the clay, and the time is the potter. Yeah, so potter is giving shape to the clay. Yeah, so both are important. So that is one of the things which is one of the characteristics. Then it is says it's nirvishesho. Yeah, so nirvishesho means it does not have diversity, or it does not have any particular attributes itself. Yeah, even though it can be divided into seconds, minutes, hours, months, years, all those divisions are possible, but on its own, it just keeps moving very quietly, very subtly, indistinctively. Yeah. You don't realize time is passing by. We don't know. Yeah. If you, depending on what you're doing, that is a nice utilization or a bad utilization of time. Yeah. So it is very, very nirvishay. So there is nothing special. We will know that your time is happening. Every 1 hour you're going to get a slap on your face that wake up and do your thing. No, nothing. It's up to you. The Lord has given the free will, so you do what you want. But that is another quality of or characteristic of time. Then apratishthitaha. So it is unlimited. Yeah, it does not have any beginning or end. Yeah, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the purport also. Yeah, we don't know that yeah, time started now and time is going to end now. No. So even if you see the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita, Kal is one of the topics, yeah, which is covered, and that's something which is limitless. Yeah, it's unending. Yeah, so time is like that only, unlimited. Yeah, so it keeps. So first quality is that it is a efficient cause for creation. Second is that it's nirvishesha, so there's nothing special about time. You don't realize when time has passed, and then it is unlimited. Yeah, third quality is it is unlimited, and it is Purusha Atmanam Ashrijat. That means he created his own self. Ashrijat, yeah. अपने आप सृजन हुआ उसका, yeah. And it refers to, basically it refers to the material universe. So using the time factor, yeah, time factor say the whole thing starts. So Upadan means it's the instrument or a cause, yeah. So instrument means like in the Bhagavad Gita, he calls Nimitta Matro, yeah, he calls Arjun. Arjun is called the Nimitta Matra. Be an instrument to do it. I am the doer, Krishna says, but you are the instrument who's going to help me do this. So that is the thing here. So he's going to talk more about the characteristics and about time in the following verses also. And in that only we'll be covering the different types of pralaya also. So I'll come to that as well. Any questions here? Is it clear? The characteristics of time, the 4 characteristics which are listed out here. Yeah. Gunavyatikarako, Karakaro, Nirvishesha, Pratishtataha, and it's coming from the Srijan Nuska, Atmanam Srijan ho raha hai. Yeah, it's coming from the Lord itself. So verse 12.
Prabhuji,
Vish-
what Sorry, what did you mean by he created himself?
आत्म सृजन या पुरुष आत्मा नाम सृजन आत्म सृजित हो रहा है. If you see the last line,
So
आत्मा
time
नाम.
got created by himself. Are you saying that?
No, it's a creation of the Lord. It's a form of the Lord only. So it's come from
Okay,
the
okay,
Lord.
okay,
Yeah. So
okay,
Purusha is the Lord. So आप इसको जोड़ के पढ़ो. Purushas and then Atma Nam Sujam.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
लीला
Okay,
के लिए. So created by the Lord. And Lord is, everything is Atma Srijan. Lord does everything. His creation. He's not dependent on anyone. Yeah. जब उनको आना होगा आएंगे, जब उनको सृजन करना होगा करेंगे. या वैसा.
okay.
So that is the understanding. Yeah. It's okay.
Yes, yes, okay. Thank you, thank you.
Hare Krishna. विश्वं वै ब्रह्म तन्मात्रं संस्थितं विष्णुमायया ईश्वरेण परिच्छिन्नं कालेन व्यक्तमूर्तिना. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation. This cosmic manifestation is separated from the Supreme Lord as material energy by means of Kala, which is the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Lord. It is situated as the objective manifestation of the Lord under the influence of the same material energy of Vishnu. Purport. As stated previously by Narada before Vyasadeva in Bhagavatam 1.5.20, Idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan
Vetara.
Ivetara. Ivetara. This manifested world is the self same personality of Godhead, but it appears to be something else beyond or besides the Lord. It appears so because of its being separated from the Lord by means of Kala. It is something like the tape recorded voice of person who is now separated from the voice. As the tape recording is situated on the tape, so the whole cosmic manifestation is situated on the material energy and appears separate by means of Kala. The material manifestation is therefore the objective manifestation of the Supreme Lord and exhibits its impersonal feature so much adored by impersonal philosophers. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, such a nice way Srila Prabhupada has given in the purport also that, yeah, appears so. I mean, that this manifested world is the same as the personality of Godhead, but it appears to be something else beyond or besides the Lord. Yeah, because we know that every aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartate. So everything is emanating from the Lord only. Nothing can be separated from the Lord. But here it appears to be separated because of the time factor. It's like if there is something on a tape record and that is recorded maybe in the 1970, but we can still hear it. But what is separating it? It's as good as the original only, but it's been separated by time. Yeah. So that is very nicely. The example given is so nice. So yeah, so basically now and then a couple of other characteristics of time will be mentioned in this particular in this verse. So what this basically means is that this universe, which is established in by the Maya of Vishnu, yeah, samsthitam Vishnu Maya, yeah. So Vishnu ki Maya से ही ये पूरा manifestation हुआ है, yeah. So Maya is also an energy of the Lord only, correct? And then it is the Lord is the cause of it also. Yeah, everything is because of the Lord, and it's divided into various planets. Yeah, so परिच्छिन्नम बोल रहे हैं तो it's separated or divided. Yeah, it's divided into various planets and divided by what? By the time factor. And then the form also is invisible. Yeah, it's avyakta murtina. Yeah, kalena avyakta murtina. Avyakta means unmanifested. We cannot see time, as we uh, discussed in the previous verse also. So, and it is a representation or a power of the Lord. So, Ishwarena, Ishwar ki hai, Shakti hai. Yeah, so again and again, it is being emphasized that yes, the time factor is there, but it is not separate from the Lord. Yeah. But it's acting very quietly, very unobtrusively. Yeah. Silently, time is passing by. Yeah. So the another factor or a characteristic mentioned here is parichinnam. So that is another thing. That time acts as a factor. Yeah. It's a dividing factor or it's a separating factor because of this, the time factor is divide the 14 planetary systems also which are there. Each is running on its own different time. Yeah. So, for example, 1 year in Earth is equal to 1 day and night in the heavenly planets. Yeah. So every 12 hours um, on Earth is 6 months in the heavenly planets. So that's why it seems a very long time there. Yeah. Oh, it's the other way around.
It's
Sorry,
the other way
it's
around,
the
yeah.
other way around. So one day, like 12 hours in the heavenly planet, is uh, um,
6 months.
6 months here. So 24 hours is 1 year. So that's why when we do the Shraddh also, if you think about it, Shraddh ceremony जो होता है, वो साल में एक बार ही आता है, normally. Yeah. So of course in the first year you do it every month also, Chota Shraddh hota. But normally the Shraddh is every year. So what are we doing every year? To the forefathers, every day हम उनको श्राद्ध जो we are feeding them, yeah, the forefathers. So that is how, so it's dividing. So time is dividing the various planets based on this only. So this is how we understand it. Yeah. It's separating the various planets on the basis of time. Yeah. And then the other important thing is that it's Ishwarena. So Ishwar ka hai. So it's a representative of the Supreme Lord's power. So those are another two characteristics of time which is mentioned here. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying here also. So that Narad Muni is telling Vyasdev, Idhami Vishnam Bhagavata Ivetaraha. So it's non-different from the Lord. Yeah. So that is the understanding for us. So that's why it's Ishwarena. So भगवान का ही एक और रूप है. Yeah. यथेदानीं तथाग्रे च पश्चादप्येतद् ईदृशम्. It's a short verse. Yeah. Anyone wants to read or shall I read it?
Right. This
Yeah.
cosmic manifestation as it is now, it was the same in the past and it will continue in the same way in the future. There is a systematic schedule for the perpetual manifestation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material world, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.8. Bhauta Graman Imam Krishtam Avasham Prakartam Vasa, as it is created now and it will be destroyed later on. So also it existed in the past and again will be created, maintained and destroyed in due course of time. Therefore, the systematic activities of a time factor are perpetual and eternal and cannot be stated to be false. The manifestation is temporary and occasional, but it is also false as claimed by the Mayavadi philosophers.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, so this is also very important verse which Mayavadis can use in their arguments. So it was like Yathedanim Tathagrecha. So it's not as the universe exists now. Yeah, Yatha Idan. Yeah, so जैसा अभी exist कर रहा है, पहले भी करता था before devastation. Yeah, Tathagrecha. And बाद में भी करेगा. So it is a cyclical process. It's, yeah. So what is important for us to understand here is that there is a systematic schedule for the perpetual manifestation, maintenance, and annihilation of this world. Yeah. And as it is created now, and as it will be destroyed later on, so also it existed in the past, and will be created, maintained, and destroyed in the due course of time. So ये cycle चलता रहेगा, but it is not for us to say कि this is all Maya. Yeah, it's unreal. No, this is not real. This is not unreal. Yes, it is temporary, but doesn't mean that it's an illusion. Yeah, but Mayavadis say that um, it's all a mithya. Yeah, so which is not the case. So this is the wrong. So everything we can see the material world around us. Yeah, we can't say that this is false. Yeah, it is false in the sense that it is not permanent, but that does not mean it does not exist. Yeah. So that is how we understand this. Yeah. सर्गो नवविधस्तस्य प्राकृतो वैकृतस्तु यः कालद्रव्यगुणैरस्य त्रिविधा संक्रमः.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Sure.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. There are 9 different kinds of creations besides the one which naturally occurs due to the interactions of the modes. There are 3 kinds of alienations due to eternal time, the material elements and the quality of one's work. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The scheduled creations and annihilations take place in terms of the supreme will. There are other creations due to interactions of material elements which take place by the intelligence of Brahma. Later, these will be more explicitly explained. At present, only preliminary information is given. The 3 kinds of alienations are: 1. Due to the scheduled time of the alienation of the entire universe. 2. Due to a fire which eliminates from the mouth of the Ananta. And 3. Due to one's qualitative actions and reactions. Jai Shila Prabhat, Hare Krishna.
So yeah, now he's talking about the annihilation also, which was a question. Yeah. So 9 types of creations we're talking about here. Yeah. So 9 types of creations. So 6 are elemental, and 3 of them are, 6 of them are by Mahavishnu himself. Yeah. And then 3 are by Brahmaji. Yeah. So 6. So Sargo Navavidha. So that's how we divide the 3. Yeah. Prakrito Vekrita. So the 10th, so there are total 10 creations. So out of which 6 are by Vishnuji, and then 3 are by Brahmaji, and the 10th is a Prakrita and Vaikrita. So it's basically it's the creation of the Devatas, which is done together by Brahmaji and the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So it's a combination of the creations. And then there are 3 types of destructions which we are talking about. Yeah. Kala Dravya Guna, yeah. So the 3 types of destructions also we'll cover in this one. So what Maitreya Muni has done is that he's described time in general first, yeah, and then he will describe time in detail, yeah, which is going to happen in the next chapter. So it's quite the whole creation thing has been covered in many different cantos again and again and again, but still it is slightly difficult to get our heads around it. But if we understand that the Krishna is the Sarva Karana Karanam, everything is happening at his behest, at his instructions, at his desire, then it becomes slightly easier to understand. So here now more about time is being mentioned. Yeah. So there are 10 types of creations, out of which 6 creations are done by Mahavishnu, and 3 are done by Brahmaji, and the 10th, which is the creation of the Devatas, it is done both by Brahmaji and Lord Vishnu together. It's a combination. So the elemental creation, which is the 6 creations are there, they're called the Prakrita Sarga. Yeah? Sarga means creation. Yeah. And then Vaikruta Sarga is the one which is the secondary one, which is done by Brahmaji. Yeah. And then the 10th, as I said, is a combination. So it's a Prakrita, Vikrita, Vaikruta creation. So the Devatas. And then there are three types of annihilations. Yeah. So one is Kala, which is the end of Brahmaji's life, which is 311 trillion years, 40 billion or 400 billion years. Yeah. So once that is done, which is a complete annihilation, yeah, when everything, all the Mahatattva, everything goes into the body of Mahavishnu. So that is the Kala or Antika. It's also called Antika, the end of everything. Yeah, that pralaya. So it's also called Nirodha. Yeah, if you remember, it's called Nirodha is also a word used for this. Yeah, and then second is which is the Dravya, which is end of every day of Brahmaji. Yeah, there is an annihilation. Yeah. So that is the second pralaya. And the third is the Guner, which is the end of our body. Yeah, so that is also considered as a pralaya, which is based on the karmic reaction. So जो भी हम हमारे गुण हैं, जो हमारे कर्म हैं, because of that, the end of this body happens. So these are the broadly these are the three categories of annihilation. Yeah, so that is what happens, and then he will continue to discuss about the 10 types of creation. Yes, Subhan Prabhu.
Prabhu, if you may allow me,
Yes, please.
just a small point there. So, as per the 12th canto, 4th chapter, uh, what I understand is there are four types of annihilations. The
Correct.
first is giving up of our material body. Then second is at the end of the Manvantar. The third is at the end of one day of Brahma. Or then there is one which is the final annihilation.
Antika. Yes.
And then there is one when we give up our subtle body. So mind,
Yeah.
intelligence, and false ego. So, but I
Then
think
we go back. Yes.
the context here is a bit different. So only three are mentioned here.
Yes.
That could be the reason.
Correct. That is correct.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Prabhu. Sorry.
No, absolutely. No, that's an important point, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah,
Prabhupada, then what is this is mentioned due to a fire which emanates from the mouth of Ananta. Which of the matlab death
that's
of
the
the
Dravya.
Brahma, end of the Brahma's day and all this,
Yeah,
how
that's the
it
end
is
of
related?
that's the end of Brahma's day. The fire is coming from this thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And then third one is due to qualitative action. So हमारे जो कर्म है, तो हमारी जो बॉडी खत्म हो रही है, वो है. Yeah. And then पहला वाला, it's very clearly, if you look at it, no, first one says due to scheduled time of annihilation of the entire universe. Yeah, so ब्रह्मा जी का जब लाइफ खत्म हो रहा है, पूरा यूनिवर्स खत्म होके जाएगा. Then here, this is the pralay which is the end of Brahmaji's day. So this pralay does not affect the planets which are higher than the Swarglok. Yeah. So Maharlok, Janalok, Tapalok, and Satyalok, इसमें affect नहीं होते. But of course, everybody is affected when the Antika Pralaya happens. So, and then of course, the third one is the our body. Yeah. In fact, another way of thinking of a pralaya is even when we sleep also, that is also a mini pralaya only, because in a way, when we are sleeping, we are not there. If you compare yourself to Brahma ji, then Brahma ji bhi so hi rahe hain, but then everything stops. Yeah? So it's the end of it. So similarly for us also, when we sleep, in a way, it's a death only. Then again, we start again in the morning. So that's another way of looking at it. So even though we take it for granted, ki kal, I will do this, and we make all big plans, right? But when we go to sleep, what's the guarantee we're going to get up? There's no guarantee, right? So that's also pralaya only. So that's why first thing you get up in the morning and you thank Krishna. Hey Krishna, thank you for giving me this opportunity that I got up and I have this chance of serving you and serving the devotees. Thank you. So that is also one understanding here. Yeah. So thanks, Subal Prabhu, for adding that. Yeah, it was useful. Is it clear now about Pralay? Okay.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Hi, Krishna. So verse 15. आद्यस्तु महतः सर्गो गुणवैषम्यमात्मनः द्वितीयस्त्व अहमो यत्र द्रव्यज्ञानक्रियोदयः. So
Hare
he's
Krishna.
talking now. Hare Krishna. So he's going to talk about this nine creation. So he's just talking a bit about that. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Sri Prabhupada. Jai Sri Prabhupada.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada.
Of the nine creations, the first one is the creation of the Mahat Tattva, or the sum total of the material ingredients, wherein the modes interact due to the presence of the Supreme Lord. In the second, the false ego is generated, in which the material ingredients, material knowledge, and material activities arise. Purport. The first emanation from the Supreme Lord for material creation is called the Mahat Tattva. The interaction of the material modes is the cause of false identification or the sense that a living being is made of material elements. This false ego is the cause of identifying the body and mind with the soul proper. Material resources and the capacity and knowledge to work are all generated in the second term of creation. After the Mahat Tattva, Gyan indicates the senses which are sources of knowledge and their controlling deities. Work entails the working organs and their controlling deities. All these are generated in the second creation. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Krishna. So yeah, so out of the nine creations which we talked about, yeah, the Prakrita Sarga is the first six, yeah, and then the Vaikrita Sarga is the next three by Brahmaji. So he's talking about that. So of the nine creation, the first one, सबसे पहले Mahat Tattva आता है, which are the basic ingredients, yeah, or the sum total, yeah, of all the ingredients. So Brahmaji वो ingredients लेके, then he's going to do his creation, yeah. And then the modes, yeah, which is the three modes of material nature, yeah, sattva, rajas, and tamo, they interact, and due to the presence of the Lord, this interaction happens. And then in the second creation, ego or ahankar, yeah, ahamo, yeah, aham. So द्वितीय में aham आता है. Yeah, ego is coming in the second, yeah, false ego. And very correctly, Srila Prabhupada, he doesn't use the word ego, always makes it sure that he says false ego. Yeah. Actually, aham means what? Aham means me. Yeah. But we are always identifying ourselves with this body, with this material world, and all. So that's why it's a false identification. So real identification is that we are the spirit soul, Jeev, and Jeevera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityada. So that is our actual identity, that we are servants of servants of servants of Krishna. Yeah. And then the various interactions which happen. Yeah. So the false ego is generated, and then in which the material ingredients, material knowledge, and material activities arise. So we have done all this in the past. So we'll but do a recap kind of a thing. So सबसे पहले महत तत्व आएगा. First thing is that is what is created. Yeah. And then second is the creation of the ahankar. So the five gross elements are there. Yeah. So from the ahankar, these five gross elements come. The knowledge senses come. Yeah. The jnana indriya, the sense devatas come. Mind comes. The action senses, all those karmendriya which is there, they're all generated. So things like the rupa, rasa, sparsha, gandha, shabda, yeah, all these come. Then the five Pancha Mahabhuta, which is there. Yeah. So which all come. So they all are called the Dravya. Yeah. So the basic Dravya, as we understand it, it's anything material. Yeah. all our like even in the yagya which we do, dravya yagya, where we give our material things, yeah, to the Lord, yeah, as part of the ahuti, yeah, that okay, we want to offer whatever I have. So this comes in that category. Then gyan. So we're talking about gyan also here. He's talking about gyan. So gyan comes when there is an interaction between ahankar and the mode of goodness. So this comes with the mind and the sense devatas. All these are coming from the interaction of ahankar in the with the mode of goodness. And then when the ahankar is interacting with the mode of passion, yeah, which is the word kriya is used here, kriya udaya. So kriya, so that means when this interaction happens between ahankar and the mode of passion, then this the karmendriyas, yeah, they come into action. Karmendriyas, the gyanendriyas, all these things are intelligence, prana, all these are manifesting because of that interaction. Yeah. So, um, so then starting with this verse till the actually, I think till the end of the chapter, it's going to talk about the description of the various types of creations, which has been done in the second canto, which is going to happen here, which will happen again when Kapiladev is giving shiksha to Mother Devahuti. That time also it's going to come up. So it'll keep repeating itself. Yeah. But then again, the whole concept here is that, yeah, to have a broad understanding, yes, it's important to know that because tattva is important. Yeah, a lot of times the leela of, yeah, all the leelas of the Lord, we want to read about that, the pastimes of the Lord. But then this is also very important for us to have an understanding that how much detailing the Lord has taken into account. Yeah, Brahma ji has taken into account. एक एक चीज का ख्याल रखे. What a beautiful creation has been made. So we have, it's an opportunity for us to acknowledge, not acknowledge, who are we to acknowledge actually? We have, it's an opportunity for us to be grateful that please, आपने temporary बनाया हमारे लिए. We wanted to move away from you. We wanted to enjoy on our own and see what a nice material manifestation you have given us. So that is another way of looking at it. Yes, all those other things are important. What came first, what came second, yeah. But the important thing here, I would feel, is that the sense of gratitude has to be there here. That thank you, yeah, for itna apne attention to detail karke, you have given such a beautiful thing for us, yeah. So that's the thing. So it is basically the first creation is the Mahatattva, second creation is the Ahankar. Ahankar then associates with the different modes of nature. So when it associates with the mode of goodness, then mind is created, the sense devatas are created. When it associates with the mode of passion, then all the Panch Mahabhuta, the Karmendriyas, the Jnanendriyas, everything else, intelligence, they are all created, yeah. So is it okay? Can I move forward? Okay.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay.
Hare Krishna. So, yeah. Bhuta sargastrityastu tanmatro dravya shaktiman chaturtha indriya sargo yastu jnana kriyatmakaha. No purport here. So, who wants to read?
Hare Krishna. Translation. These sense perceptions are created in the third creation, and from these the elements are generated. The fourth creation is the creation of knowledge and working capacity. Jai Shri Ram.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada. So, yeah, so this is the talking about the Tritiya and Chaturtha. Yeah, Tritiyastu and Chaturtha. So the third creation is the Bhuta Sargasto. So which is the creation of matter. Yeah, the Panch Mahabhut which is there. Yeah, and that of the Tanmatra. Yeah, so it's mentioned here. Tanmatra is the sense perception. which is this Rupa, Rasa, Sparsha, Gandha, and Shabda. Yeah, so that's the Tanmatra. So, and then then Chaturtha. So Chaturtha is the fourth creation is that of knowledge and action senses. Yeah. So Gyan and Kriyatmakaha. Yeah. So action senses. So that is the fourth one. So third creation is the matter and is that of matter and the tanmatras which are there. Yeah. And they have the capacity of the Shaktiman. So it's called he's the generator. Yeah. Shaktiman is the Lord himself. Yeah. And then it's got the capacity to produce the gross elements. Yeah. Because of that. And then so if you go back, how exactly the creation starts from one to the other. So from sound, ether was created. Then from ether, touch was created. From touch, air was created. So ek ek karke it started becoming grosser and grosser. And then from air, form was created. And then from form, fire was created. And then from fire, taste was created. And from taste, water was created. And from water, smell was created. And then from smell, the earth was created. So this we have done in the past, but it's just a good to touch through this also. So, and then the fourth creation is the creation of the senses, yeah, which consists of the gyan and the knowledge, active senses, the action senses or kriyatmakaha. Yeah. So that is the thing here. It's okay. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada ने भी ज़्यादा detail दिया नहीं है इसमें. So we'll move to the next verse. वैकारिको देवसर्गः पञ्चमो यन्मयं मनः षष्ठस्तु तमसः सर्गो यस्त्व अबुद्धिकृतप्रभोः. Hey, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation provided by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The fifth creation is that of the controlling detail by the interaction of the mode of goodness, of which the mind is the sum total. The sixth creation is the ignorant darkness of the living entity, by which the master acts as a fool. The demigods in the higher planets are called devas because they are all devotees of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu Bhakta Smrato Daiva Asuras Tad Viparyayaha. All the devotees of the Lord Vishnu are are devas or demigods, whereas all others are asuras. That is the division of the devas and the asuras. Devas are situated in the mode of goodness of material nature, whereas the asuras are situated in the modes of passion or ignorance. The demigods or controlling deities are entrusted with the departmental management of all the different functions of the material world. For example, one of our sense organs, the eye, is controlled by light. Light is distributed by the sun rays, and their controlling deity is the sun. Similarly, mind is controlled by the moon. All other senses, both work for working and for acquiring knowledge, are controlled by the different demigods. The demigods The demigods are assistants of the Lord in the management of material affairs. After the creation of the demigods, all entities are covered by the darkness of ignorance. Each and every living being in the material world is conditioned by his mentality of lording it over the resources of material nature. Although a living entity is the master of the material world, he is conditioned by ignorance, by the false impression of being the proprietor of material things. The energy of the Lord calls avidya is the bewildering factor of the conditioned soul. The material nature is called avidya or ignorance. But to the devotees of the Lord engaged in the pure devotional service, this energy becomes vidya or pure knowledge. This confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. that energy of the Lord transforms from Mahamaya to Yogamaya and appears to pure devotees in her real feature. The material nature therefore appears to function in three phases: as the creative principle of the material world, as ignorance and knowledge, as disclosed in the previous verse. In the fourth creation, the power of knowledge is also created. The conditioned souls are not originally fools, but by the influence of the avidya function of material nature, they are made fools, and thus they are unable to utilize knowledge in the proper channel. By the influence of darkness, the conditioned soul forgets its relationship with the Supreme Lord and is overwhelmed by attachment, hatred, pride, ignorance, and false identification. The five kinds of illusion that causes material bondage. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, nice long purport. Yeah. So here now the fifth and the sixth creation in brief has been mentioned here. The fifth creation is that of the controlling deities by interaction of the mode of goodness. So this we did in the previous verse also, how the ahankar, when it associates with the mode of goodness, the sense devatas are created. Yeah, the mind is created and the sense devatas are created. So mind is the sum total of this. Yeah, and then the sixth creation is the ignorant darkness of the living entity by which the master acts as a fool. Yeah, abuddhi krita prabho. Prabho master. We are supposed to be masters. Yeah, but so we are superior to the material nature. Yeah, we know that. But because of this mentality of lording it over the material nature, yeah, that's why we get into trouble. Yeah. So the demigods in the higher planets are all called devatas or devas and or suras. Yeah. And their main thing is that they are always involved in the service of the Lord. Not necessarily they are devotees of the Lord, but they're always doing things favorable to the Lord. They're doing the service of the Lord. Yeah. So we should not assume that automatically if there is a devata, he is a pure devotee. There may be element of bhakti, but it may not be ananya bhakti. Yeah. So Vishnu Bhakta Smritor Devas Asuras Tad Viparayaha. So all the devotees are of Lord Vishnu are devatas. Even though it says devotees, yeah. So what here it really means is it's not saying Ananya Bhakti, it's not pure devotees, yeah. एंड देवता असुर हैं वो बाकी सारे हैं जो विपरीत हैं लॉर्ड के विपरीत हैं जो हु इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट द लॉर्ड they are falling in the category of asuras. Yeah, so that is the suras and the asuras. And typically the devatas, they are situated in the mode of goodness. Yeah, and asuras are in the mode of ignorance and passion, as we know. And the demigods are, so each and every senses which we have done in the past also, it has got a sense devata attached to it, who's the governing devata. Yeah. So for example, eyes ka example diya इन्होंने. So eyes, so we see, so sun god. Yeah. So he's the controlling deity. Yeah. Surya Dev is a controlling. Yeah. So a lot of times you may have uh, read about stories and all that, how a person starts getting affected during the full moon. Yeah. Full moon ho ya fir, yeah, something happens. So even the English word, which is called lunatic, yeah, or somebody who's mentally imbalanced. So it comes from the word lunar. Yeah, it's the effect of the sun, of the moon. Yeah, which causes things like that. So the demigod linked to the mind is the moon god. Yeah. So basically, they are assistants of the Lord in the management of material affairs. So that is really the position of the devatas. Yeah. And then after the creation of the demigods, so demigods are created, they're in the mode of goodness. Then we're coming down to the all other entities. After the creation of the demigods, all entities are covered by the darkness of ignorance or avidya. Each and every living entity being in the material world is conditioned by this mentality of lording it over the resources. So the moment we take birth, we have some consciousness. We start thinking, I, me, myself, what I see, it all belongs to me. It is for my pleasure. It is for my enjoyment. I am the master. That Ishwar feeling of being an Ishwar comes in. Yeah. Which is not really our position. Our actual position is to be a servant. We are happiest serving. But because of this avidya, we get into in that mode. Yeah. So he's conditioned by ignorance and by the false impression of being proprietor of these material things. We are not the proprietors. Yeah, it's been provided to us so that we use it in the service of the Lord. That is the bottom line we have to understand. Yeah, whatever we use, whether it's our house, whether it's our Lakshmi, whether it's a food ingredients, yeah, use everything for the service of the Lord. Whether it's our Vani, where we are talking, use it for the service of the Lord. Use it for preaching. Yeah. So the energy of the Lord called avidya means ignorance. Ignorance means what? Ignorance means not knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Ignorance is not knowing that we have to serve the Lord and we have to serve His servants. Yeah, that is the actual knowledge. The material nature is called avidya or ignorance, but to the devotees of the Lord, engaged in pure devotional service. This is important here. It's not just devotional service, it's pure devotional service, which is like Shuddha Bhakti. Yeah. This becomes then Vidya. Yeah, Avidya से Vidya transform करने में क्या करना है? Just change the shift. Just do the shift in our consciousness, that doing it for Krishna. You don't have to do anything differently. Yeah. You don't have to do anything different, but you have to do it differently. The consciousness has to change, that's all. Doing it for Krishna. Yeah. Same thing. Same cooking we are doing. But we are not eating it because I want to eat something great today. No. I want to offer something to the Lord. So let's make something using the ingredients which have been provided by the Lord. Yeah. Make bhoga. Offer it to the Lord. Khana to hai hi humko. But offer it to the Lord and eat it as His mercy. Yeah. Eat it as prasad. So that's so it becomes Vidya. Yeah, avidya is transformed to Vidya. Why? Because we're doing it for the Lord. So the energy of the Lord transforms from Mahamaya, which is Durga Devi, to Yoga Maya. Yeah. So from Bhadra, it becomes Subhadra. Yeah. And it appears to the pure devotees in her real feature. So Maya Devi is also doing her job only. Durga Devi is also doing her job. Yeah. To make sure that only the qualified people are able to approach the spiritual realm. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll all be covered. And if you're not interested in serving the Lord, if you're not interested in knowing about the Lord, if you're only interested in I, me, myself, yeah, this aham mameti, if you're in that mood, then Maya Devi is there to serve you. Yeah, she'll take care of all these needs, and we'll all be going just in the cycle of birth and death. But the moment you want to look towards the Lord, yeah, then the effect of Maya Devi is no longer there. Yeah, because the Maya Devi is affecting us, or she's able to exercise control over us because we are Bahir Mukha. Yeah, the moment we become Sevon Mukha, yeah, उन्मुख हो जाएंगे जब सेवा के भाव से towards the Lord. And Krishna is what? Surya Saman, Maya hoye andhakar. So if you're looking at the Lord, yeah, if you're facing the sun, then the darkness is not there. Yeah. Because in several places it's also mentioned that Maya Devi is so embarrassed to come in front of the Lord. Yeah, because of the kind of work she's doing. Yeah. She's dealing with all kinds of materialistic people. So if she's embarrassed, but if you go in front of the Lord, if you try to go in front of the Lord, if you want to serve the Lord and make all the efforts, then Maya Devi obviously is, she will not have that jurisdiction to control you. Yeah? So that is how we understand this. The material nature therefore appears to function in three phases: as the creative phase of the material world, as ignorance, and as knowledge. Yeah. So that's what we have seen: creation, and then avidya, and then vidya. As disclosed in the previous verse, in the fourth creation, the power of knowledge is also created. The conditioned souls are not originally fools. So we, when we take the soul, we all know the soul is very pure, but it's just getting contaminated because of the influence of the three modes of material nature. Yeah, so only way to cleanse it is Cheto Darpana Marjanam, is by chanting the names of the Lord. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mahamantra we chant, and it cleanses our consciousness. Yeah, and it moves us from avidya to vidya. So that is the only way originally we are all pure, but this contamination has happened after, because of millions of births we have taken and been associated with nature. We've been associated, we have such strong conditioning, such strong samskaras that yes, everything is for me to enjoy. That has to change. Once that changes, then the cleansing process, when that takes place, then we are coming into vidya. So conditioned souls are not originally fools, but by the influence of the avidya function of material nature, which means avidya function is that to think that everything is there for me to enjoy. And thus they're unable to utilize the knowledge in the proper channel. So it is covering. So Maya Devi has two Shaktis also. One is Avartakya, which is Avaran Karti hai. She covers, yeah. And Pratyakshatmika. Pratyakshatmika means throwing propensity, yeah. So आपको दूर कर देती है. अगर if you're even thinking of going towards the Lord, but you're not sure, not 100% sure, आधा है, then she'll take you away from that. And avaranatmika, it's called avaranatmika. Avarana means covering, yeah. So it covers the real picture from you and shows ये चकाचौंध में इसी में खुश रहो, yeah. भोगेश्वरे प्रसक्ता नाम तहा अपहृत चेतसाम. तो ये भोग और ऐश्वर्य में अगर हम फंसे रहेंगे, देन हमारा जो चेतना है उसका अपहरण हो जाता है. दैट गेट्स hijacked, that gets kidnapped, yeah. And we are not able to surrender to the Lord. Yeah, samadhau na vidyate. Yeah, so that is the, and Maya Devi is very powerful. Why? Because she's the Lord's energy. Yeah, we are also the Lord's energy in a way, but she's more diligent. Yeah, so the moment you show any sign of weakness, that I want to enjoy, so then she's there to grab you, and she's always testing you. Maya Devi is always testing us. So by the influence of darkness, the conditioned soul forgets his relationship with the Supreme Lord and is overwhelmed by attachment, hatred, pride, ignorance, and false identification. The five kinds of illusion, which is the five kinds of avidya. We'll talk about that also. Yeah. So is this clear? Understanding here, at least the bigger picture is what we have to see, is that we have to move from avidya to vidya. Yeah, we have to have that conscious shift. Yeah, it's okay. Shall I move to the next one? We can do one more verse, I think. Yeah, because here, even if you see this five types of avidya, which is or illusion, which is mentioned here. So it is one is, of course, so there are five types. So one is avidya itself, then second is asmita, then raga, then there is something called dvesh, and then abhinivesh. Yeah, so ये hatred pride उसी में आ रहा है. So avidya means it refers to all the past impressions which we are carrying. Yeah, we've been going in the cycle of birth and death for so many births now, millions of births. So each birth, there is some impression, some samskaras, some vasanas, which we are carrying. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada normally gives the example of a photographic studio where there are so many rolls which are there of films. Yeah. So on that, so many impressions are there. Yeah. So similarly, we have impressions, birth after birth, we are having all these impressions going from one thing to the other, one body to another. Yeah. So we carry these samskaras. So that is so five divisions of avidya is avidya itself, which is talking about all these samskaras. Then there is asmita. Asmita means asmi means I am. Yeah, asmi means I am, and ta means uh, is the I amness, yeah. अपने बारे में सोचना, yeah. Thinking about that. So it's a force which creates the thing of I amness, if that makes sense, yeah. That I am this, I am that. So that energy is called asmita. That is called asmita. So even though we have changed so many bodies so many times, like dresses and all, yeah, every time we wear a dress, but then the and when we change the dress, so the previous body or the previous dress is forgotten. Yeah. So that is when we get a new body, then this, yeah, I am this body. I am a man. I am an Indian. Then next body, if I get of say a dog, then I will start identifying as I am. So that is the asmita. But that's also avidya only, right? That's also another feature of avidya. I am a man is not my identity. Yeah. I am a jiva. That is my real identity. So that asmita is the second one. Then third is called raga, which is attachment. Yeah. You may have attachment to some things which you like, yeah, which are favorable impressions. It can be from your previous birth, yeah, because the soul actually has nothing to do with matter. But because of this avidya, because of this identification, that yeah, I am this body or whatever, this identification is there, this material identification. So then because of that, you get attached to some favorable things. And then there is something called dvesha. Dvesha means hatred. Yeah. Hatred towards what? Towards the things which are unfavorable to you. Yeah. So you have avidya, you have asmita, you have rag, which is attachment to favorable things. You have dvesh, which is hatred towards things which are not favorable. And then abhinivesh. Abhinivesh is the intense form of either hatred or uh, attachment. Yeah. So sometimes that can also happen, that it's you get into total absorption into that only, and you just want to do that one particular thing only. So these are the various potencies of vidya. Yeah. So avidya, sorry. So the moment you turn from material nature, turn away from material nature and turn towards Krishna, then all these things will go away. This avidya potency of the Lord, it goes and it transforms into vidya. Yes, Subhalu.
Prabhu, can you repeat this? If I understood correctly, you are linking the five potencies of avidya to these, all of these, and how they impact the soul, if I understand
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, would
So
you mind giving a
avidya,
brief repeat of this one?
yeah, I'll just do a summary. So avidya has five potencies or five ways it works. Yeah, avidya itself. And first itself is called avidya. Second is called asmita. Third is called rag. Fourth is called dvesh. And fifth is called abhinivesh. So avidya itself means that referring to all the past samskaras or past impressions which we have, which we are carrying. Yeah. So that is so some identification is transferring from there also, from our previous births. Yeah. So which Srila Prabhupada gives the examples of the photo studio where the roll has so many impressions. So we know that. Yeah. Purani cheez, I don't know, we don't even realize, we've never done anything in the past, but suddenly it comes, you like it or you don't like it. Yeah, there is some kind of reactions will be there. Then asmita. Asmita is the ability to identify with that new body. Yeah, I amness. Yeah, I am is asmi, and this potency which makes you think that yes, you're this body. Yeah, which is the wrong thing, which is an avidya. I am not this kurta. I am not this body. Yeah. I am not a male. I am not an Indian. All these are externals. Yeah. This is the wrong upadhi which I am referring to. Yeah. The real upadhi or the real aham is the jiva, which is deep within. So that is asmita. Yeah. To be able to identify. So for example, if a calf, yeah, is newly born calf is there, it identifies itself, yeah, with itself that I am a calf. I have to go to my mother and start drinking the milk from the cow. Yeah, nobody's telling the calf what to do, but it identifies and immediately does that. Yeah, that is asmita. Then raga and dvesha. So favorable experiences, you want to be attached to those kind of things, and unfavorable things you want to um, hate or detest those things. And then abhinivesha is then totally a total absorption into something which you really like from the past, yeah, or totally hate. I'm just going to go against it. So these are the 5 ways avidya can be elaborated.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very wonderful.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. So time ho gaya, I'll just stop sharing. And if there is any question, any comments, please, I'll try to answer.
Excellent lecture, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. It's all very difficult, Prabhu. These chapters about creation and all becomes very difficult to talk about and all. But then the big picture we have to keep in mind is that Krishna is the Sarva Karana Karanam, and he's taken so much efforts for us. So let's be grateful and try to understand that what is the real purpose of our life, what are we meant to do, and let's try to do that. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Subal Prabhu, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Jai. Anybody has any question?
Any realizations are also welcome, if no questions. Some takeaways.
अभी तो प्रभु सिर के ऊपर से जा रही है सत्य. It will take time to digest and then maybe the entire chapter पढ़ने के बाद में पता लगेगा कैसे.
No, but again, what I would like to say here is that it is important to understand it, yes. But another thing is that Srila Prabhupada said that after you finish all your studies, jitne bhi ye granth hai, sab padhne ke baad, one understanding you will get is that you cannot understand it. Yeah, Krishna is beyond all these things. But the most important understanding is that Krishna is the supreme. Everything is from Krishna. He is the cause of all causes. And here we have to take this view of gratitude, take this view of being so thankful that what all have you done, Krishna? Yeah, and for what? For who? We don't want to serve you. We didn't want to serve you. We wanted to be away from you. And you're creating this lovely, lovely thing for us, this manifestation. Everything is so perfect here, if you look at it like that. But this whole purpose of this human life, the whole purpose of this, only purpose of this human life is to realize this and go back out of this place. Yeah, this is not a permanent abode for us. So that is what we have to really take.
Yeah, Prabhu. Very well said.
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question? It's a beautiful topic. Of course, as Prabhu said, it's not so simple to understand it fully. Whatever we can try and understand it. But otherwise, more important takeaway is Harinam Sankirtan.
Hari Bol. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu,
Thank
very
you.
much. Please keep coming regularly. Whenever I ask you, please don't say no. Please
No.
keep coming.
Hare Krishna. Of course. Thank you for the seva, Prabhu. It's
Thank you for
always
enlightening us. Let's chant Vaishnav Pranam Mantra. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि
Anantakoti
वैष्णव वृंद
Vishnu
की जय, श्रील
Srila
प्रभुपाद की
Prabhupada ki
जय।
jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
हरे कृष्ण। Thank you, Prabhu. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.